Mr. McKeever here again with another helpful research tip. You may have noticed a puzzle piece that pops up when you log into your Chrome browser. This is called Read and Write for Google Chrome. I'm going to show you how to use this to help with your organizing some of your research that you might be doing for Mr. Birch's Can Peace Lead to War. So if you log into a Chromebook, this will automatically show up here. If you were on a Windows machine, if you're at home or in a lab, then I'm going to show you how to go about doing this. So up here, we're going to go here to the three dots. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to actually click on the person here, which is me right now, but let's say we're going to do this differently. And then we go to Manage People, and we'd want to add a person, and I'm going to log in as register, so I'm just going to put register on there. I'm going to create a hamburger. I'm going to add this person. So we can see that, welcome to Chrome. We'd like to turn sync on. It's going to ask us to log into our username, which would be just your school email. So Nakusa q12.wi.us. This is just an example again, Regis. So you'd log in with your actual student email. Click next. Put your password in. And now it's going to ask you if you want to link your data. You want to link your data. And turn on sync. Yep. You want to turn sync on. And then you're going to wait for a series of extensions to show up here. So these are automatically going to install. So we have our SEPA filter, we have Google Tone, and now we have our puzzle piece. So if you're not logged in with your school account, you won't get this puzzle piece if you're on a Windows machine. If you're on a Chromebook and you log in with your school account, you will automatically get this right away. So what we are going to do here is we're going to actually get in a resource that we would use if we were doing some research. So I have this automatically put in. We are looking at the National Archives from the UK, and we're going to use an example of if we're looking at a website and we see something that we want to use. So we are going to look at German reactions to the treaty from 1919. This is a little trickier of a resource, and this is why I wanted to go over this one in particular. So we have excerpts from a London newspaper about Germans' thoughts on the treaty. I can't highlight anything because this is a picture, but the UK website has provided us a transcript so that we can highlight and save information that we find that's interesting, which is what Google Read&Write is all about. So what we're going to have to do here is right-click on transcript, and we are going to open this in a new tab. And we now have our transcript over here, and we still have our puzzle piece over here. If we open it up, if we just clicked on transcript, we're going to get a new window that pops up, and there's not going to be the option to use our puzzle piece. So that's why we need to, again, right-click and open in new tab. So here's our new tab. Here's some of our examples of things that we like for this resource we like. So we're going to go up here to our puzzle piece. We're going to click on it, and we have a variety of tools now at our disposal. So what I like to use is the various color highlighters. So let's say I want to take this quote: "God does not desert us; we must take care of that. The great work of Wilhelm the First and Bismarck is not crumbled to pieces." So I like that quote. I'm like, yep, that's a German talking about the effects of the treaty. I want to highlight that in yellow. Great. And maybe I also want to have what is here. So the photo shows an outdoor space filled with many people. It doesn't seem possible. Okay, so I will also highlight this. So you just highlight it, hit the highlighter button. Great. So now you're like, what am I going to do with this? So we have two pieces of information that we want to highlight, and we want to remember where we got this information from. So when we're writing our paper, we can go, oh, where's that good quote? So we have those highlighted from here. If we click the Collect Highlights tab, we can collect highlights, and you can put these in any color that you want. We don't need to collect anything except for the yellow ones. We want to highlight by color, or you can highlight by position. I'm just going to pick color. We click OK, and what this is going to do is automatically generate a new Google Doc for us. And we're waiting. And here is our Google Doc. So it has the phrases that I highlighted, and then it also gives us a source for our actual, where we got this information. So we can then click National Archives. It'll kick us right over here, and we have what we are looking for. So is a quick way to jot down some notes. You can say, great, this is a quote that I want, or this is a piece of information that I want, and I want to keep it. I would put it here, and then I might just highlight this German thoughts about treaty. I'd leave that there. I'd then go to my drive here, and I might create a new folder in my drive that is treaty research. This is just an example. You can create anything that you want so that you know where it's at. Then you can go back to your drive here. German thoughts about treaty. We want to, I'd like to move that there. Maybe you got to click over here or cancel. So we'll just go to my drive then to make this easier. We have German thoughts about the treaty. We have our treaty research folder. We'll just drag that up there. And now we have in our treaty research, German thoughts about the treaty. So you have, in your drive, you have a space where you can put your research that you've highlighted from certain websites, the key pieces of information that you want that will show up that you've highlighted. And then it would also just give you a quick link to the place that you got it, so that when you go back and cite your sources, you can go back and easily go, yep, here it is. Here's the actual web address that I want to use. And you can cite your source like that. So hopefully this helps put some of your research collecting in an easier to understand format through the use of Google Read&Write extension and the collection of highlight tools and your Google Drive. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to talk to Mr. McKeever. He's more than willing to go through this with you in person if that would help. Again, happy research, and thank you for your time.